Now let's graph an inequality. So let's go over to equations, and we're going to insert the equation for our circle. Let's try x squared plus y squared equals 36. Plot the equations, and there's our circle. There's no shading right now, but let's see if we can make some shading appear on the screen. So let's click equations again. We're going to edit that equation to be greater than or equal to 36. You can simply do that by putting the greater than sign on either side of the equal sign, and it'll quickly adjust it to a greater than or equal to symbol for us. Click OK, plot the equations, and now we have shading outside the circle. Let's edit that again so we can have shading inside the circle. Let's edit our equation to be less than or equal to 36. As with before, you can just put that less than sign on either side of the equal, and it'll automatically adjust for us. And here we can see the shading inside the circle. Now, let's hover over the boundary, right-click, and click Make an Equation Label so that we can label our equation. Let's just shift that over to the side a little bit. We click the label, and we can just change the location of where our label is appearing. Now you can see we have a lot of shading on our screen because of the edits that we made to that equation. So to get the correct shading, just right-click, click on Refresh, and our shading is now correct. Now let's put a parabola on top of that screen. So this time let's graph y less than minus x squared plus 8. And now we can see our shaded parabola. But you can also see that there's no solid boundary. That was because y was less than, not less than or equal to. So let's try that. We're going to edit that equation. Let's try y less than or equal to. Again, you can simply put the equal sign on either side of the less than sign, and it'll automatically adjust for us. We click OK, plot the equation, and now we can see that we have a parabola with a solid boundary. So let's save this as sample 3. So we have that saved to sample 3. Now, if you ever want to go back to a previous sample, you can do that easily. Let's try that by going back to sample 2 for a second. So we just go to the File cabinet, click on the File cabinet, pull up sample 2, open that, and we're back to sample 2. Okay, let's go back to sample 3 again. All we do is, again, click on the File cabinet, click on sample 3, open, and there we are, back to our parabola and circle again. Now, let's add another equation. So, clicking on equations again, this time, let's graph x is greater than or equal to y squared minus 2. Okay. And there's our third graph, another parabola with a boundary. So let's label our graph. Let's call it my third graph. Right-click on the screen, make a simple label, type in any label that you'd like. Check mark. And let's save this as sample 3. There we go, just adding another label here. Clicking save. And let's save over top of our previous sample 3. We'll click save. Yes, we do want to replace it. And we saved sample 3.